why why didn't you choose something else? Like, I mean, there's other religions with an afterlife, like
Right,
Islam, Hinduism.
right.
Why not choose a different one?
Because I was born in Marinette, Wisconsin.
We're rolling now. Yep. Cool. All right. So you were intrigued by my
I
sign.
was.
Decided to stop by.
Yes.
What's your name, by the way?
Amara.
Ooh, it's a fancy name.
Yes.
How do you spell that?
Amara.
Okay, cool. I'm Pierce. You have my card. You would know that
Yep.
already. All right. Any beliefs come to mind?
Oh man. Oh, let me think. Well, I feel like for like my personal beliefs and how I live my life is I just always want to be a kind person.
Want to be a kind
Um,
person?
I've always grown up religious in some sense. I went to a Catholic private school for high school. And I feel like even though it was a religious school, I wasn't really pressured into like following Catholicism or anything. But the one thing that we really did was like community work, volunteering, and I feel like that's really been impactful on my life. And I feel like a lot of other students that I went to school with were impacted by that as well. And I just think a lot of people need to get back to like helping others. Yeah.
Okay. Was there a connection between it being a Catholic school and the volunteering?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, they really wanted us to spend as much time just being in the community and just helping others, you know?
Okay. And what's the importance of that?
I think it was just the feeling confident in your abilities to help others and like instilling confidence in us, as well as just helping others who needed it more than we did.
So there was two benefits.
Yeah.
One was like
Confidence,
self-confidence,
yeah.
and then the other one was the actual
So like just helping
help,
people.
yeah,
Yeah.
getting people what they need.
Yeah.
Okay. Was there one that's more important than the other?
Oof. I think at the time, like being in high school, it was really nice to help. Like, it was my first time really helping the community, and just that feel good feeling that you get from helping others was really good. But I feel like there's so many other experiences in my life that I gained confidence, like different jobs that I've worked. I worked in retail, now I work in manufacturing, which is kind of funny because I never would have pictured myself doing anything like that.
That sounds fun.
Yeah, it is. I work for a small company in Peshtigo, Wisconsin. It's Evergreen Tool Company. And
Oh,
we
okay.
make lots of different parts for different things. We primarily make like collars for fire extinguishers.
Oh, okay.
So lots of fire prevention stuff we do, which is kind of fun. Because in the moment when you're working, it's like, oh my gosh, I'm doing the same repetitive job over and over again. But then you like think about the big picture, like, oh my goodness, I'm, helping prevent fires,
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So, be kind, helping the community
Yeah.
gives you confidence, feel good feeling,
Right.
actually helps people.
Yeah.
There's the benefit there.
Right.
Okay. Hmm. What if someone doesn't want to help out the community? They just
Man.
want to kind of have tunnel vision and just get through life.
Right.
Is that okay to do?
I think not really.
Okay.
But I think that's just because like the enrichment of those experiences is so impactful and purposeful to somebody's life
Mm.
that I feel like people probably do that and they just kind of live their own life and don't really think about others. But I think it makes their life not less meaningful, but probably harder to experience in the long run.
Like a little more dull?
Yes,
Hmm.
most certainly.
Okay. Is there other ways to enrich your life without community outreach?
Oh, absolutely. I think doing things that like spark your creativity, whether it's different hobbies and stuff like that's really important. I think family and relationships is really important.
Hmm. if you can get all of these same benefits, the confidence, the feeling good,
Mhm.
all of that stuff through like, I don't know, going out and painting a picture by the on the
Right.
beach and hanging out with friends and family.
Yeah.
Does that does that mean you don't have to like do
Do
this
one of
community
do one or
service?
the other?
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know. That's hard to say. I feel like this like the compassionate, empathetic person in me says you do,
Sure.
but I think everybody's lives are so different and can be just fulfilled in so many different ways, you
Yeah.
know? Everybody has different meaning in their life that's important to them, and I think when people have the chance to express or do something that makes their life meaningful is really important.
Hmm. How do we figure out what that meaning is?
Oh, I wish I knew. I think again, everybody's life is so different. Like for me, working, gaining confidence was really big. Community service was really big. And like just my time with family and friends has been so influential because their advice and life experiences. I think life experiences in general really can make a difference and make meaningful purposefulness in
Hmm.
somebody's life.
Let's see. Okay, those experiences shape
Yeah.
kind of how you view your purpose. You kind of
Yes.
create your own purpose.
Yes. Absolutely.
Okay. So if someone happened to have different life experiences, they might view that differently and they might have it. Wow, that was a big gust of wind. They might view their purpose drastically different from
Oh,
yours, so that might
absolutely.
not include.
Even in my own life, like from when I was younger, the meaningful experiences I had have changed from when I'm older.
Okay, so it's a kind of a something
It's
that's
something that
always
evolves.
changing.
Yeah.
Yeah, evolves. Good word.
Yeah. Thank you.
Okay. You said it sounds like you said like this helping others kind of comes from compassion.
Yep. Definitely being compassionate and empathetic towards others
You
for
know
sure.
where that comes from?
Oh man. I think compassion sometimes for some people it comes from like religious beliefs
Mhm.
or it just comes from like the innate feeling of connection with other people.
Okay. Either religion or connection with others.
Yeah.
For you, which is it?
Both.
Oh, interesting. Which one is there one that is stronger than the other, or are they equal, or?
I would say probably just the compassion for and experiences with others is probably more than religious, which is interesting for me to say.
M more religious, did you say?
No, I'd
Oh.
say like just like my compassion with others
Oh,
is more
okay, the
im
connection is more
yeah,
important than the
yeah,
religious factor.
yeah.
Okay. Why do you think that is?
I don't know, I just think my life experiences were or have been a lot more impactful than my religious experiences
Hmm,
in the sense of compassion.
okay. So you kind of valued the connection experiences over the any
Like,
religious
re
experiences
yeah,
that you had?
yeah.
Why do you think the religious experiences weren't so important?
I think the religious experiences gave me the foundation to make the connections.
Oh,
So maybe they're intertwined. I guess I can't pick one or the other.
okay. So they're both there.
They're
They're both
they're
important.
intertwined. Yeah, for sure.
If you didn't have the religion as a foundation,
Mhm.
do you still think you'd value the connection?
Probably not as deeply.
Hmm.
Yeah.
What is it about the religion that makes it this foundation?
I feel like just growing up, we always were taught, Jesus' love and his compassion for you. And I think that gives you some like intuition to do that for others.
Hmm. The intuition comes from like the religion itself, the
Yeah.
religious beliefs.
Yeah.
Can someone have that intuition but not have the religious belief?
They might. I think so. Yeah.
And is that the case? Could that be the case with you? Like in a hypothetical where
It could be.
you didn't have the religion, that might be
Right.
you.
Yeah.
But since you had the religion,
Religion is
that
just a part of
it's just a part of it.
yeah.
Hmm, interesting.
Yeah.
Does religion play an important role in like who you are?
Most certainly.
Really?
Yeah, I think so. I feel like that experience as a whole was really important for me. Like, even growing up in like God's love kind of translates to your own love of yourself.
Hmm. Would without the without the religion
Hmm.
and believing in God's love,
You
would
could
you
definitely
love?
love yourself. Yeah.
Yeah, would you love yourself less though?
It's hard to say.
It's hard. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a tough
Right.
hypothetical. Yeah,
Yeah.
but you can love yourself without.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Hmm. I'm just wondering on the if all these things are possible without the religion.
Right. Yeah, I get what
What's
you're
the
saying.
importance? Yeah.
Hmm. I think the importance of like religion in my life is like believing in God seems more promising, like believing in heaven and everything like
Mhm.
that seems more promising than just living without any belief after death. Otherwise, it just kind of seems like we're here to work and then die, you know? Whereas I feel like heaven at least gives some sort of like promise at the end of your life that something meaningful will still come even after you pass.
So I think what you're describing, you can tell me if I'm wrong,
Yeah.
but you're like describing hope,
Yes.
like
Most
hope
certainly.
for a greater purpose.
Most certainly.
Hmm. Can the purpose, like earlier you were saying, like you have this compassion for helping others.
Right.
Um, is that not enough of a purpose?
No, I think you need hope.
Hmm. Why is that?
Just because like you can be really compassionate towards people and they still may not change or you still may not get like the outcome of helping people in the way that you wish their lives would, but you
Hmm.
can at least have like a hope that your compassion will help somebody positively.
Okay. But it doesn't necessarily have anything to do with hope for an afterlife, though, just hope in general.
Yeah, it can be
Okay.
hope in general too.
Okay. So you need to have hope, but not necessarily in the sense of an afterlife or stuff like that.
No.
Do we need the so the path we kind of let me recap a little bit.
Yeah.
So the path we went down was like you believe in helping others, you get a good feeling,
Right.
passion, and the reason behind that is religious and a connection, and those are kind of intertwined.
Yeah.
And um, then that kind of I asked about specifically about the religious aspect of that, and it's like it gives you hope and purpose for an afterlife.
Yep.
And then when asked about hope, said you have to like have hope that gonna help others and stuff. It sounds like the afterlife and the purpose
Hmm.
aren't really that important, or are they?
To me, they are, but I don't. I mean, everybody has so many different beliefs, which I is good. You know, I think differences sometimes bring a little similarity between people,
Oh yeah, yeah.
and you get to learn from other people. But I think for me, like my hope in afterlife is what keeps me going. But I think there's definitely people out there who have hope in other things that keep them going.
Sure.
You know.
For you specifically, if you do you have still have a little bit of time?
Yeah.
Um, why is the hope in the afterlife what drives you rather than
Just hope for
drives?
helping other people.
Yes.
Just my experience growing up in the
Mm,
church.
sure.
Yeah.
So if someone had a different experience, something else might be driving
Right.
them. Okay. Could you ever see something else driving you?
Mm. I don't know. It's hard to say. Just because it's already happened to me. You know what I
Oh,
mean? Like
okay.
being in the church and stuff like that.
Oh, you mean okay? You mean
Like
like
my
that's
experiences have already made me who I am.
yeah.
That I'm like, can't imagine what my life would be like without those experiences.
Okay. Been going for almost 15 minutes.
Mhm.
You still have a little bit more time?
Yeah.
Okay. I think one thing I'm curious about, and if you don't want to go in this direction,
That's
just
good.
let me know, and
Yeah.
that'll be that. Uh, Is this hope for an afterlife and hope for purpose in the religious sense?
Mm-hmm.
Is that kind of the reason you believe in the religion?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
it is.
Most
Is
certainly.
that the main reason you think?
Yeah.
Okay.
I would say so.
I'm I'm wondering if how how reliable that might be for a reason for
Mm-hmm.
believing in the religion.
I think like I don't feel like I was ever pressured by anybody to be like Christian or Catholic or anything
Sure.
like that because I feel like my family had so many different experience. Like my great grandma was like super Catholic, donated so much money to the Catholic Church
Hmm.
from my hometown, and my grandpa grew up hating going to Catholic church because they had to go, once a day,
Hmm.
just too much for him. And I think he really appreciated the experience, but he just really loved the fact that he was believing in something that there's a life after death.
Okay.
So I think for me, his way of like life and how he was brought up and how it impacted my family definitely has somewhat of an impact on me in my religious beliefs, but I also feel like I probably would have gone out of my own way to find some sort of religion or spirituality to give me hope.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, I think that makes sense. You would have went out on a journey to
Yeah.
find some sort of answer.
Yes.
Why why didn't you choose something else? Like I mean, there's other religions with an after like
Right.
Islam, Hinduism.
Right.
Why not choose a different one?
Because I was born and married in Wisconsin. And that's just
Sure.
wasn't very, it was like I could be Lutheran, I could be, but I think Christianity is truly what defines me. I think I've kind of strayed away from practicing so much Catholicism and more just Christianity as it applies to my life right now.
So had you been like born in India, for example,
Right.
you may have gone on this journey and searched for,
Absolutely.
this hope. You may have came out as a Hindu.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Okay. I'm wondering if like let's say I'm on this journey and I
Right.
want to know what's true.
Right.
And I meet with this hypothetical person from India. I meet with you.
You're like, what one do I pick?
Yeah, how do I figure that out?
Yeah. You got to learn it all, I think,
Learn it all.
and decide what best suits. I don't want to say what best suits your life because the moral of it is believing in something else and being, unselfish and believing in something else. But I think you definitely just have to make the choice after
Mm.
learning and probably immersing yourself a little bit into each to
Okay.
really decide what applies to your life and how you feel you want to live your life.
Is there are there true religions and false religions?
Mm. Well, because I believe in Christianity, I want to say that there's only one, but I think there's hope in that too for other people where theirs is right or wrong. I don't think there.
Like it will give them hope regardless of whether it's
Yes.
actually true.
Yes.
If I wanted, like let's say I wanted the hope, but I also wanted it to be true,
Right.
and I'm listening to both you guys. What should I specifically look for? Is there anything I can specifically look for?
I don't think so. I think you just have to feel like make a choice of what you feel is right.
Hmm, that's rough.
Yeah. It's a
Yeah.
tough choice to make.
Yeah.
But that's what faith and hope
Hmm.
is that you made the right choice.
Hmm.
That's why religion is such a complex thing.
Yeah.
Because everybody believes that their religion is usually the right one.
Typically, yeah.
So it makes it difficult for people to choose. And that's why I think a lot of people they just give up and they just say, I'm not believing in anything because there's too many options and where do I start? But I think you gotta have some sort of hope in something.
Hmm.
Or even it just kinda gives a person, like, a moral guide to how they live their life.
Hmm. You think someone could structure that without religion? Figure it out on their own?
Yeah, I think they could, but I think it would be difficult. I think there'd be a lot of trial and error.
Hmm. Perhaps. Okay. All right. I think we can
Okay,
probably. I mean, I don't think I have any more questions.
that sounds good.
But do you have any questions for me or any comments, concerns,
I
anything?
don't think so.
Okay.
I'm definitely gonna look up your YouTube though.
Okay. Sounds good. All right. Thanks for stopping by.
Yeah, I
I
hope you
hope more
get
people stop by.
I know. Hopefully. It's a little chilly though. It's
It
kinda
is so
getting
chilly. I'm
cold.
starting to get really cold, even though I'm all bundled up here.
Right? I wish I would've brought my coat. That's okay though. Well, have a good rest of your
Yeah.
day.
You too. Thanks
Thank
again.
you. Yeah, no problem.